Hello and welcome everybody, I hope that you are all good and you join me for the start of what is going to be the very first full-on 24-hour grind for 2023. Spring to spring, there's a lot to hunt, there's a lot to get shiny potential. So, how this works, if you're new to the channel, it is Thursday the 6th of April 2023. I'm starting from 10 AM today and we're going all the way through until 10 AM tomorrow, the 7th. But let's have a little look at where we're starting stat-wise. So, we're going to begin on 19,035 kilometers walked, a nice round 449,000 Pokemon caught, and 357,582 Pokestops spun, and 444,050,000 XP. There is one other thing, of course, because the research quests are good, so 18,123 quests is where we are beginning. We are hatching constantly, 2-kilometer eggs are a go. We might be jumping into a few random raids as well. I just got to see if we can get as many shinies, hundos, nundos, whatever for the day. Pokeballs, we're good to go, so I'm very excited to be bringing one of these back. The last one we did was in September of 2022 for the Fashion Week. 10 o'clock, marking the start of the next 24 hours, and we're just gonna catch everything that we can do. And currently I'm running a Mega Gardevoir to try and get as much Togetic candy and XL candy as is possible. Any shiny, any hundo, any nundo is a good one. We do need to hatch some eggs, and these are going to take a bit of time. So how about I just hold my coffee and we walk a little bit and see if we can get these hatched, shall we? I guess while we're waiting for those 2-kilometer eggs to hatch, by the way, repping the 24-hour grind merch, go and check it out. The first batch of the 24-hour grind. So I didn't actually take my egg hatching stats, so we're going to have to minus 9 off of that medal. Pikachu, Eevee, next, Eevee. Why am I not getting the animation of the costume? Togepi. I'd like some hundos out of eggs. I haven't had a... well, Cutie Fly. Munchlax. Still barely any Riolu whatsoever. Cutie Fly. And Cutie Fly again. We're just going to blitz through as many eggs. I want to maybe demonstrate that eggs are not the way to go. And I think I've proven my point there. But we've got some quests to check. So no. All dead. Ah, love it. The 3 quests, let's check. We did, of course, check what our quest total was beforehand. Double Chansey, 515, and you need 535, I think, for the hundo, and an Eevee that's not shiny and it's dead stats as well. Okay, we were at 21,488 was the total beforehand, so that's where we were beginning. Oh, we're running the daily incense and a Galarian Zapdos of, oh my god, it's windy boosted, 1540, 1555, 1554. A tricky number. We did have a Galarian Articuno earlier last week, I think. Are we going to be able to even get this? Great Throw. Great Throw was the one that caught the last one. 1 roll, 2 roll. It's going to break out, and it's gone instantly. It was worth a try. Going to be seeing a lot of these clips. 9 2Ks. Let's go. I'm still begging for Riolu. Like literally any Riolu. The amount of eggs I've hatched for this event and still 1 Riolu is preposterous. But at least we're picking up eggs as well. That's 3 Munchlax. Is it 3 Munchlax? Oh, Happiny. Okay, we could get that shiny. That's a nice rare one. Munchlax again. Am I going to get no Riolu again? Seriously. I swear this is going to be a perpetual problem. Honestly. Okay, 1 lost. A 0. If only it could be green. Literally no Riolu again. 98 Munchlax. Almost worth it. 96. I wouldn't mind a hundo Munchlax, obviously, but let's pick up some more 2Ks. 2 egg quests that are Pikachu, dead stats, and 2, I wouldn't mind an Eevee that's not good either. 9 more, well, I think 8 more 2Ks actually. For the love of Arceus, could I please get a Riolu out of it? Yes, finally a Riolu. Jesus Christ. Let's see if we can get a shiny from these eggs. Another Riolu, okay, finally. We're getting some good luck. We're begging for a hundo Riolu. I think we need to see 5, 6, 7 is the Riolu hundo. There's the Togepi. No shiny from eggs. Okay, Munchlax. Okay, better, those eggs. Any good stats? 96 Eevee doesn't quite cut it. 96 Munchlax. Time to restock. Shiny Hoppip. No. So it's a slow start for this 24. Oh, Gardevoir, look at that. Incense Gardevoir though. It's not blue, but that's definitely a rare spawn off of Incense. Obviously on the back of the egg hatches we've got 3 quests. Chansey, I'm pretty sure that's a hundo Chansey. Okay, no. I think it's 550 something. How could I got that so wrong? Moving swiftly on, check. Pikachu. But we know that's not a hundo. This is the problem, I can't remember all the CPs of the hundos. Chansey again, and that's very much not a hundo. Ah, Christ, that's embarrassing. Do I call myself a professional anymore? I think I've had this title stripped away from me. Well, it's now started to rain, which is great. So the phone umbrella's out, because I left the big one at home, as you can tell by the spits of rain on the camera. Let's hope this goes away sooner rather than later. But it's not stopping the grind. 3 quests, I don't know what they are. An Eevee, that's literally 30 CP away from the hundo, fabulous. And a Pikachu, that's light years away from a hundo. And finally, a Togetic, that's really bad. Ah, I love quest hunting. Still no sparkles for the day, obviously, as you've been watching the video. While we still have the ability to do infinite remote raids until today at 7 PM, thank you to... I don't know what the IV of Pikachu is actually meant to be for a hundo. Anyway, Neonet, thank you very much for the invite. And I'll be taking random invites for Pikachu, Eevee, what else is in the raid? Togetic, perhaps? Let's just see if it's going to be a shiny one. Well, not shiny, but a male 508. Not a clue if this is going to be good. Good, no it's not, but thank you very much for the invite. We have another invite. Coops, sorry, no. I'm not raiding Lugia. 3 quests. We've been trying to get rid of 5 and 10Ks that have annoyingly been picking up. So check 1, Chansey, 511 is rubbish. 2, Pikachu, 388. 3, Togetic, 707 is not so good. Well, nearly 12:30, early lunch has been acquired, and of course, just as I enter my home, 8 2Ks are going off, so let's see if we can get some sparkles from the Riolu. Finally, so we're finally getting some decent-ish egg hatches. Okay, I say that in the cutie fly appears. I might just shut my mouth to try and get some better fortune. I've definitely trolled myself. Cutie fly was there. Azuriel. We'll find out if we get a decent stat one. To be honest, a hundo Riolu is obviously what I want. Doesn't have to be shiny. Whatever. Give me a hundo. Another Riolu. I don't think any of them are any good. Dead, 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 dead. After a spot of lunch, we pop back out and a Pikachu raid in person at Studios. CP is going to be a weather boosted 3634. That's it. Also thanks to Jay the Underdog and Jeroen, hey, jumped in as well. Will he be a shiny one though? Unfortunately not, and I don't know the weather boosted hundo. Oh my god, it's abysmal. Got 3 quests. Let's see, a Chansey, 324. I think it's, yeah, bad Togetic. 3rd one is another Togetic. Pretty much exactly the same stats. Some more eggs, a mixture of 5s and 2s. Let's see what we actually get out of them. 5Ks we do not care for at all, but the 2Ks we do. Togepi. You get a hundo, that'd be nice. Even if it's a cutie fly. We are at least getting some XL out of the 2Ks, which is nice to see. Usually 2Ks don't give you very much in terms of the candy boost, but Riolu, definitely take that. And 5Ks are dead, as I said. Literally dead. Azuro, not green. Another 2K. Cutie fly. That was kind of flat, not gonna lie. I think it's just perpetual disappointment. Another Pikachu raid in person. I think I saw Catherine from the Patreon squad in there, and Jeroen once again. And I think this is going to be just as bad as the last one. Come on. No. We know that me and Pikachu, maybe like Riolu, don't get along very well. We've just picked up our first shiny. And, of course, absolutely nothing related to the event. It is a level 1 shiny Chespin, not even from the nest that's on my doorstep, which is actually jokes. So, of course, this was January's community day for this year. I will not say no to the very first sparkles of literally, what, nearly 4 hours. A damn shiny, and it's a level 1 Chespin. 2-star, not too bad. Where are we at on the encounters? That's my first shiny Chespin post-com day. Definitely hoping that means we can pick up on the amount of maybe sparkles and stuff that we're getting. 7 more 2Ks. After the shiny Chespin, maybe and shiny egg hatch is kind of due. There's a Riolu. Potential for a hundo, which is obviously what I really want. But a shiny would be nice nonetheless. Munchlax. I need that shiny. It's only been recently released. Hundo Cutie Fly perhaps to complete the family. Another Munchlax. A Pichu. Because I'm tapping through the egg animation so quickly, I think I'm not getting the costume bits. Anyway, was there anything decent in them? No. 3 egg quests. Number 1, Pikachu. Not good IV, unfortunately. 2, Chansey, 531. That could be up there. And Another one that's dead. Thank you to Mike from Scotland for a Scottish Pikachu, which is the worst one of the weather boosts from raids that we've seen so far. Can it be a little tanned one sparkles? Alas, no. After doing loads of quests, finally the Flower Crown Chansey has sparkled for this event. So that's the second shiny, technically the first shiny of the event spawns for this challenge in the ball. It's a good little shiny. It does mean maybe a lucky trade. I've never evolved the one to get Blissey. I don't remember the last time I actually got a shiny Chansey, but sweet. 7 2Ks going off. Okay, Cutie Fly, seriously? Back-to-back Cutie Fly. Don't be 3 in a row. Okay, fine, it wasn't. It didn't spawn any more flowers, but there's a back-to-back of Azurill as well. This is going swimmingly. Finally, Riolu again, and Munchlax. Still no hatched shiny. I'm doing this so you don't have to. Triple quest, 2 Togetic and a Chansey. Not a shiny. 725 is a little bit better. And the Chansey that's not shiny this time round, and dead stats as well. Pid up! Get the London Pokemon, folks. Stood by a murky pond. 7 2Ks, here we go. Can we get a sodding shiny? Literally, we're north of 100 eggs in total. Well north. I don't know how many we've hatched so far today, but we're going to keep going in ignorance and bliss. Happiny, we haven't seen one of those for a very long time out of the eggs. And a Pichu. This might be the last one of this batch. A Zero. No surprise there. Any good IVs? Let's have a look. A Goku bad Cutie Fly. Wonderful. Egg hatches are followed by quest checks. Eevee, there's not good stats. This one is Chansey, not shiny, and bad stats. And this one is another Chansey. And bad stats again, I think. Just popped down to this area behind the church because word is, been told, local group, someone spotted, this could be, it's not a shiny, but 547 CP is a weather-boosted 100% Drifloon. Obviously we're going to catch it and confirm, but somebody shared this in one of the local chats, so I'm glad I managed to make it before it despawned or the weather changed. We have had a few 100%ers. It would have been nice if it was a yellow balloon, but it is the first hundo of the 24-hour grind. Weather-boosted spawn, nothing at all to do with the event. One quest, don't know what this is. Oh, a Beldum. 402, no idea. We've switched rain for hail briefly, but no matter. H2Ks, let's see what's hatching as we cower underneath the bush. I think it's right we hatch a Cutie Fly. A Munchlax, feeling that vibe. Azurill, water type, makes sense. Happiny, okay, that's something. Cutie Fly. Why are these eggs so bad? Jesus, a Togepi. And another Togepi. Can we have a hundo, please, out of these eggs? Eevee. I mean, there's not much to say about these, to be honest. I'm pretty sure nothing's a hundo from those CPs. No. At this point, we've crossed over a quarter of the way through the challenge. It's now about 4:30. Had a few tech problems with the camera, so I had to put it on charge. And hence, you'll see this on the side of the screen while waiting for the camera to charge. I can't believe we actually picked up the brand new Cherry Blossom Flower Crown Eevee Shiny. I've been saying to many people, Eevee usually doesn't disappoint for me on these costume events. I don't think I've missed a single Eevee costume, which is awesome, at least one of them. So that's the third shiny of this thing. This is a 24-hour challenge, and of course it was a 1-star, which was terrible, but it's nice to have the ghostly Eevee with a good 13,000 plus checks on the Pokédex, which was fantastic to see. So I'm very pleased to have actually picked that one up. I was really worried we wouldn't be able to get that one. We just need a Pikachu. Pikachu to complete the set. But that wasn't a shiny there. I told you, I am not giving up on these 2-kilometer damn eggs. We're gonna keep going the entire time because Riolu seems to suddenly be appearing for me today. But Cutie Fly is still there. Right, okay. Still obviously aiming for a hundo. So let's see what we happen to get. If there's any sparkles at all, I feel like I'm owed a shiny from these eggs. Of literally anything. At this point, it literally doesn't matter what it happens to be. None of those were shiny. Oh my days. Terrible, 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 terrible. 93. It's the best Riolu we've had, but that's not really saying terribly much. Nearly 7 hours into this 24-hour grind, but we have one... For God's sake. It was a Togetic quest. Was it a shiny or a hundo that broke the game? Is it this one? It was a Togetic, it wasn't shiny or good. Thank you, LucySilver, part of the Patreon fam, for one of the few remote raids we're doing today. One of the boosted shinies. I didn't get on the board. Sometimes that bodes well. Let's see, it's not shiny, and 673. Time to find out if that's a good one or not. It is not. But I appreciate the invite anyway, thank you very much. Remoraid, shiny, not a purple fishy. I need food, snacks, and a lot of caffeine. Cold coffee, let's go. We've got 2 kilometer eggs and a 5k, just to kind of spice it up. Happiny. Happiny, I almost want to say is rarer than Riolu, but given it's such a rare costume mon, it kind of makes sense. Munchlax, still yet to hatch a shiny or a hundo from all of these 2ks. I know the event's basically done, there's about 2 days potentially left of this event. Bonsley? Oh, that was the 5k. So rubbish, 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 and rubbish. Well, this is what I feared would happen, is the constant changing conditions. It's spring in the UK, kind of what do you expect really? 7 minutes to 6 in the evening. Just gone and done the supply shop for the night, so I've got sustenance, shall we say. We can keep going, we've got the energy. Until it goes dark, I think, or until somebody come and join me to grab some dinner, we're going to head into the park and make the most of the spawns, because we can always get the quests when the park shuts. I do apologise, I keep tapping the screen too quickly to even register the spawn that I'm trying to click on before the eggs appear. So that was a Togepi. This is the full batch of 9 2Ks, that was a Pichu. I have to say, we get a nice boost amount of XL from these 2Ks, which is actually very nice to see. An event problem for 2Ks is always the fact that you didn't get any XL from them. Eevee, I'm desperately trying to keep my camera dry, hence the close-up shot. Riolu, please, I beg, be 100%er. Funny that Riolu only gives you 1 XL, compared to everything else, like Eevee giving you 4. Zuriel, interesting, and Munchlax. So, dead, 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 very dead. 5 2s. Let's see what it gives us this time. Something that can't be sparkly at all. Lovely. And another one. Oh dear. And could have been shiny at least. Still shiny-less and hundo-less from the eggs, which is frankly appalling, I think. I wish the 5s and 10s weren't plaguing him a lot there. In fact, there's 2 more. Get out of here. Of course, while I'm trying to do B-roll, we get a second Shiny Chansey. That's our first one from the quest. Let's get the sparkles in there. I was thinking, the sunlight looks really nice. And 535. Again, I don't know the CP. I don't know the quest hundo. It's nice to get them. At least it's potential good IV. You know, which is kind of bonkers. 91% shiny. I think that's similar to the one we got actually in 2021, spring into spring, when it was a first time event, I believe. We might as well check the second quest. It's not a shiny Eevee. Go from intense rain to intense sunshine. Check that out now. That was a 93er. 93, not too shabby. Shout out to Loath8, part of the Patreon fam, aka VGE, and if you've been a part of my radar live streams for what feels like maybe the last 2 or even 3 years, BG has always been the person who has noted, particularly when we've been doing private lobbies and we've had to do the reset for the raid invites, noting down the code for the raid lobby we've been doing. So thank you very much. And unfortunately, in 19 minutes time from where I'm stood, that remote raid nerf is coming in, which is really sad, but I appreciate this invite. Can it be a shiny Togetic all the way from Canada? Not a shiny, unfortunately. 1186. No idea. Anyway, it's okay, but it's definitely a distance trade mon, which I am always very thankful for. Do we have another raid invite waiting for us? Oh, we do. Loath8 with a Pikachu. Let's go. I spy an Italian. Just as we're coming up to the Broadway to go and check some new quests, that's the 3rd Shiny Chansey of the day. This one's a wild one, so 2 wild, 1 quest. As we go hunting for more quests and trying to complete a Dunsparce task. Chansey likes me this year, clearly. It's very much like, yo, I'm going to pay you dividends. Very pleased with our shiny, but I need to find me some tasks. That's not that, okay. Manteneri. let's go questing. By the way, it's obviously after 7 o'clock now. Again, for however many times today, the eggs popped up just as I tapped the screen. So a Munchlax, I pray for a Hundo again or a Shiny. Because at this point, I think we're north of like 120, maybe 150 2-kilometer eggs. Double back-to-back Eevee and a Pichu, nothing sparkly. We've got probably 2 more eggs. That can't even be shiny. And any Hundos. 93. No. All rubbish. But Chansey's not shiny this time. 3 quests. One of them will be Chansey. Nope, Togetic, I was wrong. 320. 723 even. And 2 of them are individual, so I think Eevee or Pikachu. That's an Eevee that's dead stats. Lovely. And the final one is a Pikachu. There's not a Hundo. Right, there's a lot of quests to go and check around the BGerry before the day is done, but we are getting a takeaway pizza. Just finished having a bite to eat. It is 24 minutes past 8 in the evening, about to set up and go back out. And 6 2Ks is going to give us, oh, a Happiny. Nice, it's not shiny. That would have been very nice if we could get a bloody shiny of that. Togepi, and egg number 3, a Zuriel, no surprise there. And a Cutiefly. I can't tell you how many Cutiefly we've hatched. Let me know in the comments if you've been counting. And the final one is a Munchlax. Boggles my mind is how much shiny potential there is from these eggs, and we've had literally nothing. Ridiculous. In fact, hatched an age 0. 130 eggs, with a smattering of the odd 5 and 10k in there. Pizza consumed. Chansey? I can't even see. Not shiny. We've had word of a Hundo Manteneri, not the Bunnelby, the one with the hat, the crown, and we're going for it. We've also switched because the temperature's going to drop. I may need to go back home for another costume change. Considering we're dealing in costume mons and hunting the costume shinies, I think a costume change or 2 is kind of customary for these 24-hour grinds. I think we've managed to make it over here in good time, so we're going to see when it appears. There is one here. It's not pink. We're back to the whole problem of having shadows wherever the light's cast. That's definitely not it. So this one? Be pink, come on. But this is actually a brand new costume hundo for me. Costume 100%er. Oh yes. That's only the second hundo of the day, and the next one off Incense is going to be pink. Watch it. Whew. Bit of a close call on that one. Here, eggs. What if I thought? Yes. Yes. That's what we like to see. Chansey, and this is a rocket that could be something decent or bad. Get ready to be shocked. No. 4 eggs. Beautiful. Warrior acquiring coffee from Tesco's as a kind of last-ditch attempt to get a hot coffee. 5 2Ks, one's a Pichu with no costume animation because I'm speeding through them. Munchlax, still no shiny. And a Pichu again. And a Togepi, not sparkly. And at last, the Munchlax. Someone let me know in the comments why I'm bothering. Got a hot drink, which is nice. I also forgot to check these 3 chances. So 1 isn't a pink one, and 520 is not the hundo. 2 is also not pink. It is pink. It's not shiny. That's the way around it is. And 525, it's gone up by 5. And this one isn't shiny either, and it's 510. I think we might wander around Haven Green. Oh, no, we've got a 10k going off. It's a Todger. There's not extra large or extra small. Right, annoyingly, I had a batch of 7 2Ks that went off and no animation showed. No hundo, no shiny, kind of rinse and repeat, but this should be a Beldum task. It is, and it's dead. This one is a Togetic. 718, that's very bad. And this one is also a Togetic. 700 on the dot, but this should be a 2 hatch egg jobby. Lovely. 50% done. 10 o'clock in the evening has been hit, which obviously means we've got 12 hours left to go, but one quest, I think this is either Pikachu or Eevee. Okay, it's Pikachu. That is cataclysmically dead. Obviously, wild spawns are still very much a thing. I've kind of banged out all the quests that are around for the day, but we only have 2 hours remaining until it switches over to tomorrow. That means a refresh, and we're still going on the 2Ks. There's no limit on those. No raids. No raids here. And I'm not remote raiding. So let's go on. It always seems to be good timing. Eggs hatching under a street lamp. 6 2Ks. A Zuriel, not a shiny. This is a Ribombi. No, not Ribombi. Cutiefly that can't be shiny. And Pichu, not shiny. And oh god, is this not green? And this, oh, Happiny, finally. But it's not shiny. But I guess it's, oh, stop giving me 5Ks. Check, Togetic, numero, oh god, that's bad. This one, Togetic, 706. No! Right, while we go and get the phone cables to charge a few things, you may notice something funny about this Aerodactyl. Not only is it off my incense, which is obviously a good time to plug the podcast, if you're not aware, this week's episode, 113, we talk about the remote raid nerf in extensive detail, and we have trainer tips on the show for the discussion, which is awesome, so thank you for joining us. It's going to be a bit of a bumper episode, maybe like 1 hour 40 plus, but it's also not a weather boosted Aerodactyl, and it's windy boosted, which means I would miss an excellent. But if we walk away from the street lamp, there should be a Zawara, which stumped me the first time I saw it, but oh, it's going to transform into Zawara, which obviously I need XLs because I've got a Hundo that I need to get level 50, but it didn't give me an XL. Nice. 433 is dead, but we'll keep it. I found possibly the best lighting you can find anywhere at night in Ealing. So, 3 quests to do. By the way, it's an enormous billboard. Eevee, not a shiny, and 444444444 is not a Hundo, we know that. Togetic, 716 is nowhere near good. And this should be another Eevee, I believe. No, it's a Togetic. Okay, I'm talking bollocks. Not unusually. We've got a Kecleon. Kecleon at this stop. Jump off, buddy. Could it be shiny? Come on. No. But it's still a very cool Pokemon and I need XLs. Well, actually, I need a Hundo, but I do have the lucky shiny that I traded with Randy back in Vegas that nobody's seen on YouTube because I didn't edit the video. So maybe that'll have to be a YouTube short. Anyway, Kecleon, what's the stats of you going to be? PvP what? Eevee! Not ghostly dead. An orange street lamp is going to have to do for 8 2Ks. Let's see. A Happiny, not shiny. 2 is a Pichu, not shiny. At this point, I know I said it almost every egg batch, I am seriously overdue some sparkles from an egg. Okay, we've got 3 Happiny in this batch. This is okay. Munchlax, genuinely astonished that we've had no shiny whatsoever. No shiny from eggs. Double cut. Okay, Cutiefly. Those were bad. Those were bad again. No Riolu, but 3 Happiny, which were incidentally all trash. Don't hatch eggs in Pokemon Go. For the love of God, don't do it. Francesco's just told me that this Diglett sadly doesn't have a blue nose. This is a Hundo. Walking down here getting some more quests, or getting quests for Francesco, and there's a Hundo Diglett. Nearly midnight, almost 14 hours through the grind. Yes, 4-star little pile of excrement. Would excrement go through the inappropriate text filter? Okay, we're gonna have to abbreviate it, excrement. We have just ticked over to midnight. It is a new dawn. It is a new day. It is time to get a bloody shiny from the quest. Ah, you bugger. But it's another 93, which is not so good. Actually, the daily spawn was Marie. Hello, Fleece King. So over the course of the first 14 hours, we hit about 55,000 steps and about 42 kilometers walked. Tracked on the watch, but the watch is on low power. I need to go and charge it. And the Purloin isn't blue. Couldn't even make it home without hatching the 9-2. So let's see what we're going to get from our first new batch. But after midnight, Togepi. After Happiny, anything else? Eevee. Lots of E's. Happiny again. Okay, so Happiny, like Riolu, was hiding in the eggs until you get through a certain amount of them. And now Riolu's run away from me. Could I please see some Riolu? It's the only one I actually care about. No, Pichu. Come on! There's a Riolu. Ask and you shall receive. This one is another Riolu. There's not shiny, but I'm praying they're not Hundos. We are still searching, but we will keep pressing on and burning our Pokecoins. Well, it's now a little before 2 AM. We had a little bit of a relaxed sesh. Mainly to charge things, charge the camera, charge the Apple Watches, and also to actually get some coffee. Made some fresh coffee, got that into the system. Now we're back out on the grind. We've upgraded the coat, as you can see. It's now a full-on third outfit change, I would say, for spring into spring. We have still got 8 hours to go. So we're into the 2/3 complete, 1/3 left to go. First batch of 9-2s for the new day. An Eevee. A Eevee. A Eevee. A... Okay, I was expecting an Eevee. There's the Eevee. 4 Eevee out of 5 eggs. Munchlax, okay. Can I get a sodding sparkly one or a hundo? Like, seriously. Happiny, okay. And Togepi. And the fruit fly. Dead, 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 dead. Actually, before we move on, quest. Togetic, not shiny or good. Quest. Chansey, not shiny or good. Incense. Big letdown. While going around checking some of the stops, we're on our way up to go and check Haven Green. Apparently, let's just check this, it's not shiny on my end, which is a real shame because this is a rank 1 for Umbreon. I think it'll be a 0-15-15. So let's get that caught. I do already have the rank 1 as we tick over to 2 AM. Costume, a little bit more rare and exclusive, so we may put that once we've got our Schlundo Kyogre again. Oh, okay, it's a 0-15-14. For once, I was able to catch the batch of eggs before they decided to hatch, so 8 twos. Going off. Happiny, no sparkles. 2. Can't sparkle. Give it 4 years. Munchlax, no sparkles. And Eevee, no sparkles. Zuriel, no sparkles. Eevee, no. This is getting ridiculous with the amount of eggs I've hatched. Togepi, no. If I don't hatch a shiny out of all of these eggs in this 24-hour grind, something's broken. Like, for real. Something is seriously broken on the egg RNG here. Because this is not okay. Like, for an egg event and all of that sort of stuff, not hatching a single shiny is preposterous. On the back of hatching eggs, 3 quests. I think 2 are Eevee or Pikachu, 1 of them is Chansey. This should be one of the Chew. It's getting higher up there. I would like to get a Hundo Flower Crown. This should be another one. Can't open quests without breaking the game. Seriously. And that means it's now stacked behind the other one. Take 2. It was an Eevee that wasn't even shiny or hundo. Check. Yes! Shiny Chansey. Number 4. Okay, and 536. It's kind of... Why did I Golden Razz it? I've just got in the habit of Golden Razzing shinies. I don't remember when the last Chansey was actually caught. That was like 9 o'clock maybe, or something off the top of my head. 96 shiny. Jeez. I was content with the 91. 96 shiny. Let's go. It was about time of getting a shiny, but the fact that Chansey has sparkled twice from quests, twice from the wild, and we haven't hatched a single shiny or hundo from the eggs is actually scary. Okay. I'll be back, because obviously you can't be bothered to watch a rocket battle. Muck in the bin, and that is that grunt taken down. Obviously, female poison-type grunt, if it has Kanto Grimer, can be Shadow Shiny. So this could be a green blob, but it's not. And that's bad stats. Don't let Pokemon Go deceive you. This should be a batch of 9 2Ks. I don't know why they're separated. So the first 6, Togepi, not shiny. Number 2, Eevee, not shiny. 3, Munchlax, not shiny. 4, Happiny, not shiny. 5, Azuriel, not shiny. And 6, Pichu, not shiny. I don't know how these other ones have separated out, so we're going to let them hatch. There we go. Bloody hell. That took way too long. Right, the final 3. Happiny, not shiny. Eevee, not shiny. And the final one of the 9. Azuriel, not shiny. Seriously? Where is the shiny from the eggs? Oh my days, and they're all terrible as well. Well, 3 checks, 3 quests. Togetic, not good or shiny. Check. Togetic. Ooh, 732. Okay, again, don't know what the hundo is, but it would be very nice if this was it. This is the highest one we've seen, I believe, off the top of my head. So, yes! Quest Hundo! 732 is the Togetic Hundo. Oh, you beauty. Do you know what, we're just gonna level 50 it right now. Yeah. We don't obviously want Aura Sphere for the community day in like 2 weekends time. Genuinely, very pleased. It's a shame it wasn't shiny. That would have been even better. But you can't argue with a A very powerful raid attacker that will be brilliant in Master League. It's got a costume on it. Level 50, 100% Flower Crown. Cherry, it's not, this is the old Flower Crown, isn't it, technically?
Yeah.
Put me back under a million dust for the first time in however many weeks, months. I'll second move it as well. Why not? Final quest is an Eevee. 450. Not a hundo, unfortunately. Now I just need to sort out the eggs. The research has been brilliant to me. 8 more 2Ks. Let's see if we get shafted some more. Okay, Munchlax. If there's not going to be a shiny, something 4-star. We love a hundo on this channel. And 3 Munchlax in a row. Interesting. Cutie Fly. A Happiny. That's something better. And another Cutie Fly. Okay. Munchlax again. Riolu's run away again now. So, anything hundo-wise? No, still nothing. But 3 quests. 1 hatch an egg for a Pikachu that's not a hundo. This was a Chansey that's not shiny this time, but I don't think it's a hundo either. And this one, Pikachu, not a hundo. Update, it's 3:30 in the morning, and we may have a problem in terms of quest hunting. Because the last sort of 10 minutes, I can't spin stops. I can catch Pokemon, absolutely no problem at all, but it will not let me interact with Pokestops at all. And I have no idea if, I can't believe I've hit a limit. I've spun more stops in however many, whatever. Is it locked for 24 hours? Is it weekly? If it resets every day, there's no way in the last 3.5 hours have I hit the daily limit. So we'll have to see if that changes or if I am actually locked. Because if I'm locked out of quest hunting, that's BS, frankly. And it just goes to show that why have a limit? Genuinely, why have a limit? You know? I don't get it. I really don't understand what's going on. And it's very annoying because it means that quest hunting for the rest of this video is possibly out of the window. And it also means I can't hatch eggs. I can't pick up 2Ks. Oh my god, really? We actually, if that's for real, as we've hit 4 AM, these very well could be the final 2-kilometer eggs of this entire video. These are the final hope for a shiny or a hundo. Pichu, give me something, I swear to god. Pichu. I don't think I've ever had such horrendous egg luck. Like, these aren't 100%ers either, I'm pretty sure. No, they're all rubbish. Oh, 15K. That's not event related. I'm genuinely appalled. Like, we talk about the egg being RNG and a bit of it is a scam, it's a slot machine, we know that. But that is bad. What makes it doubly worse is if I genuinely can't spin stops, I can't claim any more quests. Speaking of, 2 final potentially quests. 1 Eevee, 452, not a hundo. And this is a Chansey, I think. There's not a shiny. And 502 is bad. If that's it for eggs and quests for this entire 24-hour challenge, you know, I might have to put Pokemon Go down for a bit, genuinely. Okay, another circumstance. Francesco's checked this. It is 100% Vulpix. Kanto, weather boosted Vulpix. Sadly, not a shiny one. If we can't spin stops, do quests and get eggs because Niantic have imposed a limit because they don't like people playing their game properly, we're going to have to take every wild spawn we can get and hope that we get some good stuff off Incense, I'm afraid. I have to be honest though, I'm actually feeling okay. Like, usual 24-hour grinds, I'm really flagging at this point. I've actually paced this one pretty well. Nice 4-star, yes, 100% Urban Fox, because we've seen a few wild real Vulpix tonight. Still, I was talking to Francesco actually. If I'm capped, how difficult is it to program some text? You know, nearly 7 years into the game. If you've got a cap, tell me I've hit the cap, rather than just saying try again later. Word is, this is 100% Whisma. That's not got green on it. Of course, first Spring into Spring video that we did on Tuesday, we did get the shiny Whisma, so that's where that luck went. But hopefully we have no problem catching it. It's in the bag at 5:20. In the morning, I'm starting to flag a little bit, but a 4-star goodness is always nice to see. Which is a real shame. The raids have started to pop up, so there'll be eggs that will obviously hatch at 6 AM. with 4 hours left to go on this challenge. Just been doing some gifts because I've realised 7km eggs do actually have Galarians and Alolans that could be shiny in them. So, and went lucky friends with jkim.net from the Creator Squad. That's great. I have no idea when or where I'll ever see him. But if we do, shout out, lucky trade, bring it on. Well, would you look see at this? We've got some daylight starting to come through. The fatigue has very much hit me like a brick wall this time. It's about 6 AM, just under 4 hours now to go, and I think it's light enough to get into the park. I won't be finding out what the quests are because I can't spin stop still. That may be the case until 10 to 10. Well, we've just done an Eevee raid, and then a couple of incense spawns later, Shiny Whismur. Quite a lot of Whismur checks, to be honest, after we got the Hundo. It's nice to see that green shiny coming off of incense actually again. I don't know when the last Chansey was, I think it was 2 in the morning?
Yeah,
something like that. So there's a 5-hour difference there. Let's check the encounter number for that one, 4,274. So I got a green shiny. He finally hatched a shiny Azurill, which is the first shiny egg hatch
eggs, I think,
between us for the whole day. The whole 24-hour grind. The eggs are terrible, but yeah, he's a green shiny, huzzah. We may not be able to pick up any 2s, 5s or 10s from stop still, but we do have a batch of 7km eggs. So not only interacting with friends, but hatching non-shiny potential Hisuians. Lovely. In fact, there we go, there's another one. That's in the rare tier, amazingly. There is obviously Galarians as well as Alolans. Please have an Alolan just to prove a point. There we go, nice. Some shiny would be nice, or a Hundo. I do need Farfetch'd XL for a batch of 100%ers, and this is doing very nicely. One XL? That's just rude.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't get enough of the leak, clearly. There we go. I have 2 Hundos of that. One of them's courtesy of this man.
Yeah, that
I
was
need
nice.
that shiny. Galarian Meowth, I don't have the shiny of it. Who wants to do Lugia? I don't. Togetic, though, is now boosted in the last 2 hours. It is about 8:15 in the morning, and as I said on the Instagram story, my legs feel like they're made of Alolan Grimer. Genuinely, it's a struggle to walk and move at this point. I'm very fatigued. Taking the executive decision that an espresso is very much needed to just boost, and then we're going to do a sweep around the streets and hope that Pikachu appears a little bit more, because Pikachu's allergic to grass apparently. He doesn't like appearing in parks. But let me get something from here. Some more 7km eggs going off. Oh, stunfish. I need a Hundo of this. We've got the Nundo back at Pokemon Worlds. And that's a grass blob ball thing. Don't care. Stunfisk, yes, thank you very much. I don't need XL, I need a Hundo. Much like Riolu. Okay, it's a Galarian Ponyta. That doesn't mean anything to me. Hisuian Sneasel, I like the design. It's cool, mon. Galarian Ponyta, or My Little Ponyta. Another ball. Can I have something else? Nope, I have another ball. We get a 4th ball? No? Okay, that I need the shiny of. Okay. From Charlotte, North Carolina, that Goku Bad is actually from Jamal from the Way Spotters podcast. Thank you very much. That's the best Galarian Stunfisk I've ever had. Pikachu, not shiny. The word is this. It's not a shiny, but it is 100%er. Weather boosted, Hitmontop. And I've never liked trying to catch these things the way they go side to side, so let's hope that the Goldenraz Great Ultra Ball throw is sufficient. Lovely. That is like Hundo 7 or 8. It's not too bad, we've done pretty well. That's nice. I don't know if I've had one of these in my collection before. It's nice to get that in the collection for the day, which is cool. But we're approaching 9 o'clock now and just clicking on everything, seeing what we can get. It has come to this, doing Eevee raids. But thanks to LucySilver, part of the Patreon family, and Sophie13, for jumping in, Francesco and via them, and let's see if it's going to be a ghostly. No, not a ghostly Eevee. And this one is just awful. Lovely. Pikachu at the pond. Let's go. A couple of Patreon fam jumping in on this Pikachu raid. Thank you everybody for jumping in. And It's not shiny.
Nope.
And what's your CP?
509.
Okay, mine's better, but I have a suspicion it's not that much better. We're running out of options after this, to just sort of wander around aimlessly and hope. And yeah, mine is like an 89%. I only got one more 7km egg from opening gifts, so we're just going to open it on camera like this because I genuinely can't be bothered. What's it going to be? A glaring Meowth. It would have been nice if that was shiny, but it's dead. So that was it. I've maxed out my gifts. We've got some good news. And it's not the fact that we've got a Chansey on the screen, it's the fact that I can spin stops again, which is just brilliant. So we might be able to squeeze in a few more batches of 2km eggs if they drop for us. 2XL for the Chansey, and it was nearly a Nundo. It was 100. Anyway, look, it's after 9 AM. I'm going to crack on with that endeavour for 40 minutes. We're north of 220 eggs, I believe, and still no shiny. Well, as is in typical fashion of Pokemon Go, bloody egg animation failed. So, quickly, we're going to have a little look at these. So that's a bad Azuro, a bad Cutiefly, a bad Togepi, a bad Azuro, a bad Cutiefly, a bad Eevee, and a bad Riolu. Smashing. Those were some 2km eggs. Why the animation didn't go off, I just got the quests, which we're going to check now. 3 quests now. Togetic, 720. We know it's 732 would be the hundo. Check is Chansey. 518 is not good. That final third one is a Togetic, 708. Now, there was a small hitch, as I found earlier. Am I still timed out? Yes, so I'm now timed out again from stops. Having briefly filled up on eggs and had no issues, now I'm locked out again. The last 24 hours, you can only have spun an X amount of stops and I'm still in breach of it. That might genuinely be that. I don't know. With about 7 minutes left on the challenge, we managed to hot-foot it to a Togetic raid we could spot in the distance. And 1178, I think you have to get over 1200 and something for it to be a hundo. Maybe 1230-ish. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but thank you to Sandpiper, long-standing member of the Patreon squad, for jumping in with us, making a nice trio. Is it shiny? It's not a shiny. Head up the main road, just see if we can spot any other spawns that might be of interest, but this might be the final clip. Who knows? And mine is horrendously bad. Have I got the access to stops again? No, I don't. I don't think I'll have access to stops again until after 10 AM, in which case, once we've done the challenge, once we've done the video, I'm turning the game off for the entire day. Pikachu off incense isn't shiny. Lovely. Chansey check in the final minute is not a shiny. Oh my god, we've literally got 1 minute of this whole challenge left. Come on, Venipede, new shiny? No. I'm really kind of gunning for something, at least, as I'm blinded by the intense sun. Look at that. Togetic, my bae. 1134 off of incense, not a shiny. Let's get that caught, hopefully. Of course it didn't catch. Eevee, check, not shiny. Bunnelby, not shiny. I think that might be done and dusted, to be honest. Come on, something else spawn in. Nope, that is it. 10 o'clock. Breathe. 24 hours of non-stop being awake. The only time I've stopped moving is to use the lavatory, eat, and perhaps vlog something as we hit low power and watch the Pikachu be shiny afterwards. Let's go to Ealing Green in the sunshine and tot up our stats. And throw a like on the video, come on. Throw a like on the video for my efforts, please. Right, time to total up our efforts. So, we actually started on 19,035 kilometers walked and we're ending on 19,100. I know for a fact, because I've been tracking it on my Apple Watch, 66k, roughly, is what we've managed to achieve in the 24 hours, which isn't the most I've ever done. I kind of blame that to the stop issue, because it's nullified the whole point of me moving. I know for a fact we began on 449,000 catches exactly, and we're ending on 451,539. So a good 2,500 catches achieved. Give or take, about the last 8 hours or so, I wasn't catching the vast majority of stuff I was shiny checking, because not being able to spin stops means no item collection, and there's Togetic Community Day in 2 weekends' time. I wanted to preserve my Ultra Ball collection, so I stopped catching stuff. We could have done better. Pokestops is the interesting one. We began on 357,000 or so, I think about 500, and we're ending on 358,700. And the reason why that's not so magnificent is because, actually, I think as it turns out, you are locked to 1,200 Pokestop spins in the previous 24 hours of your gameplay. That's why just now it going 10 o'clock, the challenge has reset. I was able to spin some stops. So I'm going to have to turn the game off and not spin stops until 10 a.m. on Saturday morning for it to refresh. I have some strong feelings about that. And the XP, of course, we began on 444,050,000. We're ending on 445,150,000. So that's a good 1.1 million XP. Given I'm not running Lucky Eggs or getting best friends, etc., just doing a good old-fashioned grind, I think that's not too bad. Research, we began on 18,123 and we're ending on 18,240. Again, restricted by stop limits, so what, that's 117 maybe? We could have done a lot more had we not been capped. The eggs are interesting. We began on 21,488 and we're ending on 21,748. That equals 260 egg hatches in total. Now, do bear in mind, some of them would have been 10s and 5s to clear out the space. So I'm going to call it roughly 230 eggs of 2 kilometer eggs. Not a single shiny or hundo at all. Now, in terms of event, where it's focused on kind of eggs, that's appalling. That's probably my personal RNG and a few other factors. That is really bad. Really bad. But let's have a little look at our actual catches, shall we? Shiny-wise, not the best effort I've ever had, but then things were not sparkling for me. I was most surprised to not get a shiny Bunnelby, given how bloody common it was. A Manteneri would have been nice, but Marill as well should have really sparkled. As well, a Jigglypuff, like the common spawns didn't sparkle for this one. We got a Chespin, 4 Chansey, because it is boosted, 2 from Quest, 2 from Wild. The most important thing was the new Costume Eevee, and then a random Whismur from good old Incense. So not terrible, but we could have done better. At least 96 Shiny Chansey. I think we'll max that as a Chansey. The Hundos were excellent tonight, so we did do a lot of walking to go and get various ones of these. A good 7 equal to the Shinies, 100%ers, but my proudest moment is getting the one from the quest. The Togetic 100%er from the quest, chasing it. One of the few quests actually to be allowed to be done. So we maxed it, of course, level 50. We renamed it as well. We did pick up Drifloon, the costume Manteneri, which is brand new to me as well. Diglett, a Fox, Whismur, and Hitmontop. Now, throughout the searches, I've managed to find we've actually picked up 3 rank 1s for Great League, so this was an important one. I've been searching for something like this. I think the best I've had is the rank 50. Then this will go into an Umbreon when it goes to night again. I tried to get this walking done for the video, but I couldn't evolve it in time. And actually, this will be an Azumarill for Great League, which is pretty awesome. But do let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this video, and I highly recommend you don't do something like this. This is not an efficient way to play. The only reason I kind of got overzealous in the last 90 minutes is thanks to the espresso shot. That put me right up, and actually the ability to hatch another batch of eggs. I don't know if I'm going to cover any more of this event after the sham of the eggs for this one. I'm just very pleased I've added another Hundo Togekiss, one with the costume, to the collection. So please do smash the like button and subscribe if you are new. I would really appreciate the support. These videos are few and far between because of how much effort it takes out of me. Genuinely, I'll be done now for like the whole rest of the day, and then we need to edit it ASAP. This would not be possible without the Patreon fam, of course. Everybody on the Patreon taking the support up to the next level and supporting the content and everything I create. Had a couple of PayPal donations during this 24-hour grind, so thank you very much for those. Extra support, which is always good, and people sending messages of goodwill. And of course, anybody who's checked out the Instagram story would have seen some live updates. Something else before we go, I did plug it on Instagram, but go and check out the merch store, because there is a special line designed by the Italian for the 24-hour grind challenges. It's a very, very beautiful design, you know, twisting clock, the night and day cycle on it. I love this design. That's available, and there is, of course, the new Spring 2023 limited edition that will only be available until the end of May 2023. It's in the link in the description if you want to check it out. I would highly appreciate it if you did so. When I do another one of these, I don't know. We need a combination of decent-ish weather, a very, very good event that isn't ruined by silly eggs and stuff like that, and some good fortune on my end. I guess until the next one, which may be the Regieleki raids on Easter Sunday, I'll say do take care.